Wow, we're having fun tonight. Technical difficulties. How is everybody doing? I'm Josh Olive with Haven Comics. Thursday night, time for some shop talk. So stick around after this intro, which we hope will only play once. It started playing again, and I hope that wasn't Alan messing with me, but it probably was because that's just kind of hairpin he is. Um, so I see. Speaking of Alan and people with bad body odor, how you doing, buddy?
Certified badass.
I love that one. That one, the reason why that kept playing over was because I had selected the loop.
Ah.
Yeah, so, but I love the certified badass in this one.
That is, yeah.
You remember that episode of Big Bang Theory where Raj had the t-shirt that did the sound effects?
Yes.
I want that on a t-shirt that does sound effects, and every time I walk in a room, I'll just hit it.
That would be spectacular. You'd have to wear it to work, you know that.
Oh yeah, that would be like my every Friday shirt right there. Every time they
only
call,
on days when you have a meeting. When you have a big meeting, that's when you walk in.
Now, every time they call me in to fix a computer, the second I hit the door.
You know, that's totally reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Totally reasonable. So what's happening, man? What's going on?
Man, just between school starting back, dance starting back, planning this vacation in October, other things that are going on that I'll tell you about after the fact because we didn't really have time to talk before the show.
So what kind of dance are you doing this semester?
You
look like a hip hop guy to me.
I'm very good at hip hop, but I think I'm gonna try my hand at modern.
What? How are you at tap?
I've got the jazz hands down.
I can see you doing some tap too.
Oh, what was that guy? You saying that Gene Kelly?
Yeah.
I ran across a video the other night that I sent it to Bug, and it was Gene Kelly tap dancing on roller skates.
I'm sorry, what?
It was amazing.
That's insane.
I'm going to see if you know what? You got to see it. I mean, it was just that good.
Tap dancing on roller skates. That just doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all.
It doesn't, and you can't help but watch it.
Well, yeah, I would feel compelled to, for sure. But it feels like it's been forever since we got to talk comic books. Because we had Mark on last week, and we talked about FarleyCon. The week before, we were getting ready for FarleyCon. And I want to say we didn't have a lot to talk about the week before that either. So it's been a minute. I would like to show everyone the stack of comics that I'm very, very slowly working my way through, so that you understand when I say I've got a lot of reading to do, I'm not messing around. Oh, please don't drop these. Because that is a big stack, and I do not want to play however many comic book pickup this is.
I need to get a special effect ready just in case you do drop it.
That is my comics from the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I got a lot of reading to do.
Yeah, when you get behind, it is extremely hard to get caught up.
It is. It is. So, the folks in the chat, what comics are y'all reading? Let us know. We feel like we're always the ones talking, and we're always telling y'all what comics that we think you ought to be reading. What are you reading that you think we ought to be reading? Help a brother out. This should go both ways.
Hey, this was in my bag last week, and
Comic
I know it's
just news.
I know it's just one of those things. Probably everybody got one in their bag.
They did.
When did they start doing these? Because this is really cool. I like this.
Well, it's been coming out for years. It's a weekly publication, so they have a new one comes every single week. And we ordered them a long time ago because they were affordable, and now they're pretty expensive to order. Um, you'd easily spend over $100 a month ordering those things.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just a lot of money. So I'm thinking once a month I could order those since we don't have a previews anymore, right?
Yep.
I think this would be something that would give folks some more insight into comics. But that publication has been around for 40 years. They're coming up on their 1,000th issue or 2,000th issue, I think.
It's 19 issues to 2,000.
2,000, yeah.
Yeah, I'd never seen these before, and I thought this was like really cool.
It is really cool. They're just really expensive, and so unless I know people are actually using them, that's a pretty heavy investment for me to make on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So I'm just ordering them one at a time, or like once a month right now.
Understandable.
Let's see. James is reading whatever Godzilla, TMNT, Zorro, and months old runs in and outside of my box. I'll be up there soon as you get more. Zorro. I did not know you were a Zorro man, so that's interesting. Good for you. I've always been partial to Zorro myself.
Is there a Zorro book out right now?
Zorro comes out in limited series, just a run here, a run there, 4 or 5 issues each time, and they don't follow one on the other. They're all just random.
Oh, kind of like the Rocketeer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
The Rocketeer is a fun book. It really is.
It is.
And it's not something that you got to invest a lot of time and a fortune in. You can literally pick it up whenever and be right there in the middle of the adventure.
We have a really cool Rocketeer collector's coin up at the shop right now, about yay big.
Yep.
That way. I think it's beautiful, and it comes in this fancy case. It's on the wall up at the shop right now. It's gorgeous.
I'll have to check it out. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah. Just got an invoice yesterday for next week's what the handful of things that I'm getting from Diamond next week, because Diamond still like ships me something every now and again. And it had the Stalker, the G.I. Joe Stalker action figure, the retro version that looks like the old 3 3/4 inch, but it's the classified series. And who was the other one? Oh, another Alpine, since you bought that one up.
Yeah, somebody else can get the next Alpine. Mine's still at home. Mine's at home, still in the box.
Still in the box?
Still in the box. I've probably got 5 or 6 figures that are still in the box. But that does include the Sergeant Slaughter that will never come out of the box.
Well, no, that Sergeant Slaughter of mine is never coming out of that box either. That's my Alpine right there.
Yeah, I'm slowly but surely taking over the dining room. I have every once in a while I will bring the subject up with Christy. We have not used our dining room for a dining room in years. And what I want to do is I want to gut the dining room, put a couple of bookshelves in there.
Yep.
Maybe a recliner and 2 desks. A smaller desk for me because my desk is too big that I have at home, I'll be honest. And then a desk for Lily so she can like do homework and stuff like that. And we can have like a library / study in there.
That's pretty cool.
But I cannot, no matter what I do, I cannot sell Christy on that idea. There's no amount of sweet talking in the world.
You know what might sell her?
Not,
yeah, if you just accidentally took out a wall. Like you trip and boom, oh, that wall's gone. I have to do something new with this room now.
Yeah, well, no, see, that's just it. It wouldn't be a wall. It would literally just be getting rid of all the stuff that's in there.
Well, there you can accidentally break that too.
Well, no, see, I can't do that because it's like a china cabinet with my mom's china. It's going to be an undertaking, is what it's going to be.
What about that dining room table? I bet I could smash it.
Oh, dude, yeah, now that dining room table, I would get rid of it tomorrow, and I'd be happy and content.
I mean, I could accidentally like lean on it too hard.
The problem is, well, you don't want to do that right now because it's covered up with comic books.
No, I don't want to do that. No, that's true.
I
That's
got to
true.
looking one day and I was like, there's got to be other people out there like me. I was trying to organize some of the comic books on it because it'll get piled up and then I'll get frustrated and I'll like bust out all the boxes and I'll start putting everything away. And I got to going through it and it was literally like oh crap, I cannot think of the issue. First appearance of Edgerton was laying there.
Edrigan, yeah.
Yeah, Edgerton. Uh first JS was it JSA in the Silver Age?
Yeah, yeah.
Somewhere right around there.
Yeah.
A GI Joe #1, GI Joe 21, probably about $4 billion worth of Mark Spears comic books. I mean, it was ridiculous what all was on this table. And
You
I'm
want to
looking
talk
at it.
about ridiculous, man? The Mark Spears comics that I brought from FarleyCon, and I mean I didn't have a ton.
Yeah.
And one of them was a set of the FarleyCon exclusives that one of our customers had asked for. But of the other books that I brought back, and again, there weren't a ton, but there were enough. I sold every single one of them last Saturday.
Wow.
I put them up on the wall at the shop at 9:30 on Saturday, and every last one of them was gone by 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
Wow. Did that include the GI Joes?
No, not the GI Joes. Those were still in a package on the back wall, although they are now on the wall in the shop since I had a lovely place to put them now.
Yeah.
That nice empty spot that had just opened up.
Hey, you know what? At least people are buying them. That's all that matters.
No doubt, man. That was great. So, who all we got in here tonight? If you're hanging out and watching, let us know in the chat that you're here, man. We'd love to talk to you. Love to hear from you.
Oh,
Still,
did
man.
did you get a chance to watch the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth?
Let me think. Did I watch Alien Earth?
It started Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Was that not good?
Oh man, that was so good. Hey, Kellysa, how you doing?
What up, Lisa?
Alien Earth. Alien is bad enough with the xenomorphs, but when you introduce these other super creepy creepers that they have introduced here, that is
Dude,
bad.
That worm thing?
Did not like. It reminded me of when I was a kid and I watched Star Trek Wrath of Khan and they had that thing that crawled in their ears. As a kid, that utterly freaked me out. Like, nope, not having it. And that thing reminded me a lot of that.
And I like this idea of hybrids.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And my favorite part of it, though, was so simple, and it was in the second episode, is when that guy that basically owns the Prodigy Corporation,
yeah,
he's talking about how he gave her the most advanced computer in the world as a brain, and the reason why he did it was so he could finally carry on an interesting conversation with someone.
Oh, yeah, that was quite the speech.
I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so good. I was really, like Matthew Posey said, he was pleasantly surprised. I was too. I thought it was great. I do like what they're doing with it. It simulcasts on FX and Hulu.
Yep.
And you don't have, it's not exclusive to either one. So,
which means it's on Disney Plus if you have that with Hulu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was actually looking for something to watch on Disney Plus earlier while I was reading comics, and they had the first 2 episodes right there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of world building going on there because they introduced that new company, Prodigy, and they establish a lot of new things. The whole concept of the hybrids is new, and then all of the new creatures, creepy crawlies, specimens. Those were new, and
And then the whole thing of
Appropriately gross.
the world is pretty much ran by 5 major corporations.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that.
I mean, that was new too. Yes, Matt, this does take place before Alien.
Yep. Yeah, it's a doozy. I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's what, somewhere, because I looked it up the other night. I think it's somewhere between Prometheus and Alien is when it takes place.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2 years before Alien.
Yep. So, which that and I'm going to say his name wrong because I always say his name wrong. Timothy Opliant. How do you say his name?
Oliphant.
Okay, sure. I wonder if he is supposed to be like the first generation of Lance Erickson's character
Of
in Alien.
synthetics. Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
a synth for sure.
yeah. If he's not a synth, he's definitely something's going on with him.
Yeah, I mean he could be one of the cyborgs, but I don't think so.
You know, here's my thing on that, Matt. It would be cool to see it catch up to the movie, but I don't want it to catch up too fast. And I did have to look it up. Since you've got the kids who are hybrids now, there was one series that they did maybe a year or two back. One of the storylines was that Wayland Corporation basically sent word to some synths that were living like their own little family on a different world somewhere, and they needed them to go in and do something. So I thought, hey, was this the beginning of them, how they got started? And it's not. I mean, this is literally, it's pretty much the whole thing is brand new. They did not base it off of any comic books either.
No, it is brand spanking new, and it was really well done.
Yeah.
It was appropriate. Creepy factor, the occasional like, ooh, like when the mouth like punched through that guy's face, and you're like, and started slinging him around. Oh my god, that was awful.
I tell you, one of my favorite like actual xenomorph scenes was when the cyborg is standing there and they're trying to arrest him.
Yes.
And he just closed his eyes, and that xenomorph took out that entire team. And like, it was one of those, it happened so fast. I was like, oh, you couldn't do anything.
Yep. Not a thing.
Great.
It was great. I thought it was really well done.
And look, you know what? This is a really good comment. I wish they would do stuff like that more often.
Yep.
Because it seems like it flows better when it's you got the one person does it all.
Yep, I agree. You don't have competing visions. You only have the one vision.
Exactly. And you don't have
for good or for bad, you have that one vision.
Yep. You want to talk some comics?
I think we should talk some comics, because I just showed you all the size of the stack of comics that I've got to get through.
All right, so
let's talk some comics.
Some of these that were in the store folio are a couple of weeks old, but I'm just now getting to them, and we hadn't had a chance to talk about them.
Folio.
Right off the bat, this book hits way too hard. The team that is in charge of this book should be ashamed of themselves for being so good at their job. I honestly, story-wise, do not think that as of right now, there is an ongoing title, emphasizing ongoing title, that can touch this book. Redcoat issue 13.
Oh, so good.
When he took that red coat off at the end of it, you knew what was coming. Yep. And when you turned the page, you still wasn't ready for it.
No.
I mean, it was one of those, you're just like, get him.
Yeah. But he's mad now.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that he told her he was coming back for his coat, I mean, that's one of those, that's as close as you're going to get to getting chills in a comic book.
I mean, that's Indiana Jones taking off his hat, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was so good. Though, here's my thing. I do not want Northerner to get his own ongoing title. I
Interesting.
like I liked this whole thing of the Northerner dropped in out of nowhere.
Hmm.
They didn't know anything about him. They had to get caught up. He knows everything about them. And then the way this ended and where he ended up at, it's going to be the exact same thing in that title. They're not they're not going to know anything. I like this whole he just shows up. But let him do a story arc, jump time, end up in another book, do a story arc, jump time. He doesn't have to show up anywhere at that point. He could show up later on down the road and he's just continually jumping in and out and have him tied all together.
I think if they play it right, because the minute that one image we saw of him in the early days, right before any of the books came out or anything, you saw that image of that guy,
Mm-hmm.
and we were both like, I want to know more about him because he had an instant mystique, right? Um, if they're smart, they will use him sparingly and stretch out that mystique for a long, long time.
Yeah, and I think we're getting closer to because it does say it in here. I think the next couple of issues of Redcoat, we should yeah, Redcoat 14, we get a prelude to the first Ghost.
Yep, that's
And
right.
I'm looking forward to that.
So Matt Posey is asking, what are the current top 5 comics? Now, that's I want to ask a clarifying question. Do you mean like our personal top fives, or the top 5 best-selling comics, uh, the top 5 most popular comics? What question are you asking? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, because if you're going with like my personal top five, there's actually two books that I really enjoy and I love those characters, but they're no longer in my top five.
All of the above, he says.
Okay, so my personal favorite top five right now: Redcoat, Moon Knight, Flash Gordon. With Flash Gordon probably being my number one favorite right now.
Wow.
It's just that good. See, Redcoat, Moon Knight, Flash Gordon, probably depending on which book I finished at that moment, it's either going to be Absolute Batman or Absolute Superman.
Yep.
And then G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero.
Okay,
Now, I mean,
our lists are not that different,
yeah,
which is a little bit not surprising, but on the other hand, kind of shocking. Um, for me, um, yeah, original recipe GI Joe, Moon Knight, Hyde Street. I think I can say Redcoat comfortably, and Absolute Batman or Absolute Superman, depending on the day. The story in Absolute Batman right now, I don't know that I like it, but
it
I
was
can't
disturbing
wait.
as hell.
I can't wait to read the next one because it is super freaky. And I'm like, that is not right. I can't believe they're doing that in this comic book. And then they just keep doing that. And you're like, okay. Um,
Yeah, and I could have very easily put Hyde Street in on mine.
Hyde Street's amazing. I absolutely love Hyde Street. Oh, yeah. And Monsters. Monsters is freaking great.
Yeah, when it honestly, and I'd kind of thought about this earlier because, at the end of the year, and it will be here before we know it, we do talk about our favorite books of the year. And I'm kind of, like right now, one of my favorite books of the year is Exquisite Corpses.
So
Um,
good. So good.
and, last year I said my number one favorite book of the year was Flash Gordon, and it's still shaping up to be that way again. I try to leave And I mean, on one hand, it's not fair to Mark, but on another hand, people understand why I do it, and he would understand why I do it.
He's watching right now. And he doesn't understand. He's upset.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to leave monsters off of my list just simply because we do have a personal connection to it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's literally the only reason. I mean, monsters could, very easily. I am looking forward to the Monster and the Wolf. I mean, Monster and the Wolf. I mean, I can't wait for that to come out.
Speaking of which, let's talk about that real quick. Because Monster and the Wolf #1 comes out the first week of October. And for anybody who does not know, there is a blind bag for Monster and the Wolf #1. And you say, well, so what? There's a lot of blind bags. Blind bags
That's my mark.
These blind bags contain 30 different covers, possibly more, but 30 different covers. One in every 14 books is going to be a foil cover. And then there are other ratios that go outside of that. There's going to be some black and white covers, which are hard to find for Mark because he's so heavy on the color palette that just seeing his line work on the black and white books is really nice. He's got some trick covers. Like he's got one that's got Dracula on the cover, but the werewolf has like strapped down the word werewolf or wolfman over the top of it. There's one he was talking about doing that's like the cover for Jaws that he did on that metal cover where she's swimming across the lake and you just see coming up from the bottom, you see the giant open mouth shark like going to eat her. But instead of the shark, you would have like a teeny tiny little piranha, which would be hilarious. But some trick covers. And then, as if that weren't enough, he's doing a limited number, possibly as few as 13, golden tickets, poison chalices, whatever he's going to call them. And on those, you win a special one-of-one item, like a one-of-one signed CGC graded book, things like that. And he's going to have at least, I think, 13 of those, possibly a few more. That is going to be the single heaviest ordered book in the month of December, or selling book in the month of December. Orders are due for it in 14 days. So 14 days from today, the orders are due for those. So if you want blind bags, we have a sign-up sheet at the shop. Let us know before, preferably well before, August 28th, how many copies you want. It's a $5.99 book, just like all the other monsters have been. And your chances of getting some high dollar stuff in there are pretty significant, including the one-of-ones. We have a couple of people who have ordered 100 copies. We've got people who have ordered 50 copies, 30 copies, 20 copies, 2 copies, 3 copies, 5 copies. So whatever you want, we'll put them down for you. But holy smokes. We're looking at right now at the shop ordering 500 or 600 copies of that book, which is more than we have ever ordered of anything, including Free Comic Book Day books, individual titles. By a long shot. So I'm excited. I think it's pretty great, and I'm looking forward to it. So let us know if you're watching, or sign up at the shop. We have the list up there, how many copies you want. I see what you put there, Matt. I'm going to take care of that right now.
And how much is it? Or like what, $5?
They're $5.99.
So I put myself down for 2. Go ahead and bump me to 5 also. I'm really hoping and praying for the day that Mark's wife snaps and just starts screaming, "Get this crap out of my house!" And I just get to roll up over there with the truck. Just start loading up.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let's go ahead and talk some more comics.
all right, next up on my list, and this one could have, I don't know if it would have been a top 5, but it's definitely top 10. And I loved this cover. I thought it was great. But that's the new Rockefellers. This one answered a lot of questions, but left even more questions.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. That's one of my I have not gotten to, but I've been looking forward to it. It looks like a really fun one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a ton of action or anything like that. We're literally getting some family history on this one.
Excellent. I
And I
like
mean,
it when they slow drip the good stuff like that.
yeah, it was. I mean, it's really good. But I won't spoil that one for you. Next up, Justice League Unlimited #9. It's just continuing to be a solid book through and
Yep.
through.
Yep.
Have you read this one?
No, not that one, not yet.
So, watching Mr. Terrific get frustrated because he can't figure something out was actually fun to watch.
Mr. Terrific, isn't he in the Justice Gang?
Yeah, I heard a rumor he might be in the Justice Game. But I mean, it was another good book. Who would have thought that they would have taken just a goofy little brand new character named Airwave and make him important?
Yeah.
And you actually, I mean, start becoming somewhat invested in this character. And I mean, there's a really good moment in here. I don't know about you, but Vampire Wonder Woman kind of hot. And it's one of those bizarre ones that the less they draw over, the hotter she gets. I'm trying
Okay.
to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I don't see it.
What? Okay, hang on. One more. One more. I'll give you one more. That is just some good old fashioned evil hotness right there.
I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. This is looking like we're getting ready to wrap up pretty soon.
Yeah. From what I understand, that's the case with that story
Yeah.
arc.
Will there be another one? I don't know. I don't think there's really anywhere to go after this. Because of there were actually 2 major deaths in this issue. So, and one of them was some people might jump up and down and cheer because the person got up. You know what? I mean, to each his own. I mean, I'll send money home to my wife. I'll keep the bills paid. Let's I'm gonna let Josh take a moment for that one.
That ain't right.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Vampire Wonder Woman got it going on. But like I said, one of the major deaths that's in this issue, I don't want to spoil it for anybody that has not read it yet. I'm so far behind, I don't even know when this issue came out.
It's been a minute.
But that death, the way it was set up, and who actually performed the unaliving and the way it was done is actually pretty sad. Even though the person that got unalived, most people will be jumping up and down, screaming and cheering they got unalived. But yeah, really good. Green Arrow slacked off a lot with that freshwater killer storyline, but this one's kind of picking back up. It has not been the same since Williamson left. I'm going to give it a couple more issues to see if I can really get into it. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yep.
Batman Hush. This was issue 161. Phenomenal art. And that's about it.
I could not agree more. The art is beautiful.
Oh,
you're behind.
That's so good. So good. So good. And
wait until you read this week's issue.
Yeah, I've got it over here to read. I have not read it yet. And now, with my little obsession that I have going on with Vampire Wonder Woman, it definitely carried over to Tigra in this issue because she is looking fierce in this issue.
That's correct.
I mean, this team is that they've got together right now is amazing when it comes to the story and the art.
I will say the next issue has a different artist or a different inker or something. The
Yep.
art in the next issue is not nearly as good.
Because this one is McKay writing it, and I'm going to butcher the name, but Pramanik is the artist, and Rosenberg is the inker.
Let me see if I can find that in here real quick. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the first of all, this is the cover for this week's issue. If you want to switch over who's in biggin for a minute.
Yeah, let's do that.
Look at that. Pulling the skin off his face, that's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But the penciler for this one is Domenico Carbone. It says artist, so he does pencils and inks.
Okay.
It's Domenico Carbone, whoever that is. And it's like a real heavy ink line on characters.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that would focus. Come on, focus. It doesn't work as well. It's not that it's bad. It's just not as good.
Now, you've read that one, correct?
Which one?
The one you just held up.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of 250, does 251 say what happened to Fairchild? Because the look on his face is he ran into this place and he saw something that scared him, and then he's just gone.
It does not say.
Okay, what about the very last panel? Because the very last panel in 250, when you saw who was on the phone, I started giggling. I got excited.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was an odd choice to me, but I get it. This book is an interesting issue. It's an interesting change up, and I didn't love it, but there were pivotal moments in here that I thought were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of reason why I didn't love it was because of the art.
Fair enough. It's
Which
to
is bad.
me, it's extremely hard to change artists for a fan, from the fan perspective, especially when you come off of a major issue like 250.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I mean, everything about issue 250 was just perfect. I mean, it was just great through and through. This next one, I mean, we've talked about this one. We've hinted at it. We've discussed it. It was very disturbing. I did really enjoy it, and that was Absolute Batman issue 10.
That was hold it up for a minute. You gotta give people a second to see it. All the way up. There you go.
But I'm trying to get it to focus.
We don't need your face in that picture.
No, we don't. There we
go. Yeah, it's weird. He's got the little kid head on his body. Look at Batman. That's weird. I don't like it.
The thing with him and Waylon at the end of it, though.
Yeah.
That was, and the whole little memory of the training montage and all that. And this was number one, it was a very disturbing issue.
Extremely disturbing book.
But it was a very, very well-written issue.
Agreed.
I mean, even the little flashbacks and everything, the memories were perfect timing on it. And you know what? Here comes your spoiler. 3, 2, 1. That is Absolute Batman riding Killer Croc. Now, I'm not big on the face,
Right. Me neither.
but that kind of is what it is. I mean, it was a really solid issue. Another one that I have enjoyed, and this was actually for a Superman title, this was kind of a disturbing issue as well.
Well, hang on a sec. Let's
Oh,
address this real quick. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Kevin McGuire.
yeah, he's not happy about it at all.
Yeah, I don't. So what? I'm sure that Bob Kane would not have been happy with Kelly Jones's depiction of Batman with his like 2.5 foot long ears. He wouldn't like Sam Keith's depiction of Batman. There's different abstractions of the same character. This is an alternate world, alternate reality, different character. So what?
Yep.
The Bane that he created, the way he looks, he's alive and well in the regular universe. It's not desecrating the memory of Bane.
Yeah, I mean, this is even a completely and totally different Batman.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a
I mean,
Bruce.
his name is Bruce Wayne, but he ain't the same person.
Yeah, he's not the same person.
That's
In
kind of the
fact,
whole point of the absolute universe.
yeah, this version of Batman, he just reminds me of an overgrown kid. I
Uh,
mean,
to one extent, I get that, and on the other hand, he's like an overgrown kid mixed with Frank Castle.
yeah, I'm talking about more like this, the way he looks, like facial features.
Yeah, yeah.
This right here is, for the people that got all upset when they start screaming that Batman doesn't kill people. Well, this Batman does.
Yeah.
And he's going to continue doing it, and I'm going to continue enjoying it just because it fits the story and it fits this Batman
in that world.
Yeah, it really does. But next up was Superman issue 28. And this, we finally have I'm just going to call them the Absolute Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
They have shown up.
I knew they were coming, but I didn't realize they had shown up.
They have shown up, and they are friggin' awesome. I like the way they're doing them, but the way I can't think of her name, the way she gets in Superman's head and the visions that she makes him see, this one's actually a pretty disturbing issue as well. For a Superman title, it was disturbing. Let's put it like that. But Superman has been really, really, really good since they started back over. With that issue 1, what, a year ago, 2 years ago, somewhere right around there?
Yeah.
Every single issue has been solid. No, I mean, we can't kill him just yet. And I do like the fact that we do have. Where we at? Let me jump back a couple of books. So for those of you that are reading this one and you want to know more about Time Trapper and World Forger, you got to be reading this one. So you'll know more about those characters if you're reading Superman. Time Trapper is. At first, I thought it was kind of dumb, but the more they go into it, the more I'm really enjoying Time Trapper. Next up, and like I said, I don't even remember when this one come out. That's just how far behind I got. It was good. I mean, it's solid. Yeah. It was exactly what I thought it was. Shock ending. Very shock ending. We'll just have to wait and see how it turns out.
Yep.
I am liking the fact that it seems like CoverGirl is definitely getting her moment in the sun.
Yep.
And I am enjoying that a lot more than what I thought I would. Because, the majority of the time when you think G.I. Joe, people think, Scarlet, Baroness, Lady J. CoverGirl is just kind of a character in the background that shows up every once in a while. So I am glad that she's getting yeah, I know. For now. I got faith. I have got faith. But yeah, I like that CoverGirl's getting her moment in the sun. Next up, and this is a different issue than what he's been writing since Waters took over Nightwing. But Nightwing 128, this was actually a bizarre issue.
Okay.
Basically, Batmite or Nightmite is back, and he's taken over Titan's Tower, and he is basically Nightwing's biggest fan. So it's like Nightwing is literally inside Titan's Tower trying to put a stop to all this stuff. And there's different versions of himself. I mean, it was kind of. I think somebody had too many shots of NyQuil the night they wrote this one. It's
anytime Batmite, Nightmite, Mr. Mixelplake, or however you say his name, Mixelplake, whatever his name is, anytime one of them shows up, I tune out.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
There's another story that's been going on in Nightwing kind of in the background, and I'm tired of it being in the background. It's now time to bring it to the forefront. And that's one of those stories that it's really hard to explain, so I'm not even going to try to explain it until they bring it to the forefront, because even the reader needs more explanation of it. It's almost like a parallel universe that's ran by a circus ringmaster clown that wants Dick Grayson to eventually take. It's like really bizarre, and it's really creepy and good. And then this next little old comic book y'all may have heard of, Mark Spears' Monsters #6.
Went for the Vampirella cover, I see.
Yeah, but I also got another. I think it was the Mummy cover. Might have been the Mummy cover, whatever it was. I think that one's in my box. Books that I have not got to that I am definitely looking forward, and I did want to. Well, wait a minute. I did get to this one. Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell, issue 3, the final issue.
I didn't have that cover. I like that cover better.
Yeah, the variant cover.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, certain people just love me more, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even know this was the variant cover until today. So, but you read it earlier. It is a very disturbing issue. It's a brutal issue. Frank Castle proves that you do not need arms and a leg. All you need is a plucky attitude and willpower.
Good teeth.
Yeah, and good teeth. That was highly disturbing. What did you think about the end of it?
About what?
About the end of it.
Oh, that's the only way that story could have ended.
Yeah.
Felt a little bit like the end of Mice and Men, just a little bit. He could finally see it,
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I liked the way that it ended, basically with him monologuing to himself.
Yep.
And the things and for the people that, because I know this one just came out last week, so I won't say anything for anybody that hasn't read it. The things that he was saying to himself was truly a fitting end for him.
Now, have you read Monsters #6 yet?
Yes, I have read Monsters #6.
Well, flip me over so I can have big in there.
Yes, that's the cover that I've got in my box.
I would like to know one thing. Mummies are super dried out. That's kind of their whole deal. Where's that drool coming from?
The bigger question to me is, why is that not a glow-in-the-dark cover?
That's true. And then there's this guy. If you haven't read #6 yet, whoa. That was some messed up stuff.
Yeah, superheroes are definitely not real.
No. Most definitely not real. Let's see here. Man, I got so many books I got to read. This is painful to me. I mean, these are like top tier books that I'm anxious to get to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. Like my stack that I haven't even got to yet. I did have to pick up this cover of Captain America issue 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like that for some reason. Honestly, this cover reminded me of, remember that Captain America made for TV movie that came out late 70s, early 80s?
Yes.
Yeah, this cover reminded me of that. Well, that's a good looking cover.
The Mark Spears foil cover for the Vampirella book, where he's got all his monsters on his cover.
Mm-hmm.
On the Vampirella cover, that's pretty amazing. Very shiny, but also amazing. Let's see here. Gosh, I've got so many books to read.
Have you read Illuminati 2 yet?
I flipped through it real quick, but I haven't got to read it yet.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I've managed to get my stack down to this right here.
Yeah, you've done yeoman's work. I still got a long way to go. Let's see.
Good one. Dustin, if you're not reading the new Captain America issue 2 just came out last week. First 2 issues were really good.
Death of the Silver Surfer has been phenomenal, y'all. It has been so good. Brother, I don't know what to tell you. You should have been listening to us all along, because you could have been getting those for a while now, and you'd be in a lot better place. A lot better place. Let's see. God, I got so many comics to read. Which other book did you get? The Death of the Silver Surfer. Those covers are spectacular. The first one was just so simple. The board was just a thin line, and he was just sitting on it, floating out in space. And then this one, where he's just coming up to the skeletal remains of Galactus. Man, that's beautiful cover. Gorgeous cover.
No, I did not see that. What's it up to?
Oh, no, I didn't see that either. I bet that's insane.
There is a fella in this chat right now that likes original art.
There's several fellas in this chat that like original art.
I know, but that fella that's in this chat that I'm talking about took it to a different level with that last text message.
That was pretty spectacular, I gotta admit.
No, I'm talking about what he said happens when he walks in his room.
Well, yeah, that was not spectacular, but I understand.
Oh!
Are you serious?
Oh!
$7.5 million. Holy smokes. If I'd known it was that cheap, I would have picked that up a long time ago.
I'd have wrote a check and bought 2.
I haven't read this yet, but I'm super excited for it.
Is that did Spears do a variant cover for that?
This is not that book. I think that was the previous issue.
Oh, okay. Then I have not read that one then.
No, you haven't. This one comes out this week.
Okay, yeah, then I definitely haven't read that one yet.
No.
That's the starting price is $7.5 million. That is insane.
This cover for Fantastic Four #2, this variant cover from the movie, I just thought that was great.
Yeah, that is a
pretty
cool
awesome cover.
I do like that. That is a cool cover.
I hope that this is decent. I haven't had a chance to read it yet because, again, way behind. I hope this is decent. I suspect it probably isn't. It's certainly not very feasible. But we'll see.
To me, that whole thing screamed gimmick, and I just had no desire to read it.
We'll see. Find out. They're introducing Ultimate Iron Fist, finally. They introduced us to Ultimate Luke Cage not too long ago. This one has me intrigued for multiple reasons, one of which is it's written by Jason Aaron. And I'm like, well, that's an unusual person to write this particular book. But look at this book.
Okay.
Look at that art.
Is that Perillo?
I don't know who did this cover now that you say that. Let's take a look. I don't want to tear it. Holy smokes, look at the cover for the next issue.
That's got to be Perillo.
It's pretty spectacular. Where does it say? Okay, let's see. Main cover is Gabrielle Delato. That's who that is.
That makes sense.
It's Gabrielle Delato. This book also comes out this week.
I think that one come out last week because I've already got it.
That must have been last week.
That's how far behind we are. We don't even know what came out when.
I know this came out last week or the week before. That cover right there is just horrifying.
Oh yeah,
I love that. Ultimate Wolverine finally introduces Ultimate Archangel.
Okay.
I've been enjoying that book quite a lot. I know you haven't been reading it, but it's been pretty great. Why do they let John Romita Jr. do Spider-Man? Why do they do that?
Name recognition.
So ridiculous.
What has made them decide to do a Fantastic Four Gargoyles crossover?
No idea.
Look.
But yeah, here's Illuminati number 2. I have not read it yet. Just kind of done a quick flip through, but if it's half as good as the first issue, I'm going to like it a lot.
Nick, do not get me started. And you need to figure out what that login is to the old Two Brothers stuff. See, I've got it, and I'm itching to read it. I just hadn't had time.
Well, I'm just going to say, I don't want to spoil this for anybody, but there are multiple ongoing missions happening on Cobra Island, happening in Springfield, happening elsewhere. There are multiple ongoing missions, plus the Cobra Commander thing in Scotland. And every last one of them hits the fan.
Really?
It's not what I was expecting in this issue either.
See,
I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, no, it's all not good.
See, the whole Cobra Commander thing, what's going on in Scotland, I'm really hoping that gets dragged out for several more issues because that's been fun.
You read the previous issue, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know already it's not getting dragged out.
I know, but still, I wished it would.
Yeah. But yeah, everything hits the fan, and it does not look good. How's that Surfer series on a grade of 1 to 10 so far? It's 2 issues in, and I'm one of only a handful of people reading it, but I got to tell you, it's an introspective book. It puts Silver Surfer in a situation he doesn't even know he's in it yet. And so when the betrayal comes, it's going to absolutely be devastating to him on a personal level, on an emotional level. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, I would say that Silver Surfer book is a solid like 8.5 for me. maybe a 9. It is a really, really good book. It's fantastic. Uh, such a good book. Uh, and those covers have just been literally just beautiful to look at. They're so well done. Really have appreciated that. Um, so let's talk. What else we got to talk about here for a minute, Alan?
Well, I'm flipping through the Marvel previews,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing the Uncle Scrooge Earth's Mightiest Duck. I am, even though I probably will not read it, I am genuinely curious about this crossover between Fantastic Four and Gargoyles.
Okay.
I don't think that Goliath and Reed Richards are going to have a very stimulating conversation.
No.
It's probably going to be a boring conversation.
Don't they have what's that dude, the dragon guy? What's his name that hangs around the Fantastic Four all the time? Looks kind of like a gargoyle.
Dragon guy that hangs around the Fantastic Four all the time looks like a gargoyle. Oh, Dustin, Nick, y'all are up on that one. I hadn't got a clue.
Well,
Dustin.
It's well past the era they've been reading. Like in Jonathan Hickman with the Future Force, he's had this guy was hanging around with there forever.
Dustin, that is your new Captain America right there. And brother, it is good. It is good.
In all fairness, Dustin, I think you will like that Captain America. I think you'll like that guy. So, do we have any fans of the TV show? And if so, how do those fans feel about this? Sam and Dean return in Supernatural. It's written by Greg Pak, so they didn't just hire some hack off the street. They actually did get a good writer.
Here's my thing. I was a fan. I was in it for all 15 seasons. There were seasons that it's just like every other TV show when it runs that long. There are seasons and episodes that never should have been made. I just didn't think the story was that great. I am genuinely curious as to which direction that comic book is going to go, because unless it happens in between seasons or something, because ultimately their story's told. It's done.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, my wife still watches it. She watches it in syndication. I mean, it was a good show, but the story's over with. It's done. The only way they could pull this off is if this is an adventure that takes place in between seasons. And if they go the angels and demons route with Castiel and Lucifer and all them, I don't even know if I want to read it. I would rather it get back to them.
Monster of the Week kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, literally what the show started out. Hunting things, killing monsters, the family business. I mean, that's literally what it was. So it's one of those, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it until I get the first issue in my hands and read it.
What about this?
There's nothing about it that makes me want to jump and run to the shop right now.
This is written by Ed Brisson. So again, they didn't pick up some slack or some slouch. They got a guy who can write. But that's interesting. I don't even know if that's Pumira or Pumira, whatever her name is. I hate her look. I think she looks ridiculous.
She looks like that one chick from New Mutants.
Yeah, she looks like a cross between her and the Puma guy from the old Spider-Man comic book.
I mean, Matt, it's a good TV show. I highly suggest watching the first 2 seasons were amazing, because it was definitely Monster of the Week. But then before you know it, they're on the FBI's radar. They're getting chased by them. They're fighting Leviathans that have been trapped in purgatory. The one thing that they did that I thought was amazing was they brought Cain into it, as in Cain and Abel. The actor that they had play Cain was creepy. The way he played the character was perfect in my mind. And then he was only in like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. And then
Yeah,
that was it.
I could not agree more with you, Dustin. I so badly want to see Once and Future on screen, and I so desperately want Granny to be played by Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren would be amazing as Granny. Um, New Terminator book, Terminator Metal.
Look,
Personally, it's got the AI look to it, and I grant you that. Hopefully, it's just really good art by this guy. But that metal looking, where he actually looks like he's made out of metal, that cover's pretty sick.
that is pretty slick. And I know that we have artist friends that are going to disagree with me. I think that for this book and what it deals with, that particular cover, AI would fit it. Have it not? I'm not saying
If the Terminator was the hero of the book, it should absolutely be done by AI.
well, no. Here's my thing. I'm not saying AI itself do the cover. I'm saying that AI style.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, artists could recreate that AI style if they wanted to.
Well, AI ripped it off of artists, so artists can definitely do it. I mean, AI can't do anything original; it only rips off what other people have done.
But just remember, good artists create, great artists steal.
Dynamite, Blood Red. Why is she wearing a trench coat over the? None of that makes sense.
No,
I mean, 0% of that makes sense.
I've tried reading the new Vampirella. I can't get into it. They need to send it back to Harris.
I don't disagree. Now, what do you think about this?
Could care less about it.
Harley Quinn and Elvira. What a bizarre mix.
I didn't think I made an excuse for AI.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only situation in which I would approve of AI for a comic book would specifically be the case of a Terminator book where the Terminator is the hero, and they're telling the story from the Terminator's perspective. I thought that would be hilarious. I mean, that would just be funny.
Oh no, that's a blanket statement across the board to anybody that can fit in that shoe. Everybody, artists, music, AI, it doesn't matter. It's a blanket statement.
But yeah, Elvira and Harley Quinn. Now, I'm not an Elvira guy, and I'm not a Harley Quinn guy, but I find it interesting that this book is written by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, and the art is by Amanda Connor. Does that change how I feel about it at all, Alan?
It doesn't mean.
Fair enough.
I'll be honest with you, and nobody's going to understand what I'm about to say except for a couple of people, and you being one of them, and the others are not watching. After what I heard a couple of weeks ago, I could just care less. Period. Now.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's definitely a novelty comic. I mean, I think it's a little bit of a head scratcher for me. I'm guessing that Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti got the idea, and then they went to both people who owned the properties and said, "Hey, here's a thing we want to do," and they were like, That's bizarre and weird. Let's do it. And that's how that's coming about. That would be my guess. But yeah, interesting times, a lot of good stuff. I'm still kind of on a high from HarleyCon, if I'm honest.
Me too.
FarleyCon, I said HarleyCon. That's probably a different thing. Um, and the one
And
thing I totally forgot, because I still haven't even brought them out of my car. And y'all, if that doesn't tell you how busy I've been the past several weeks, I don't know what would. I have original scans, so not the original art, but scans of the original art for 2 pages from G.I. Joe number 21 from Larry Hama, and also a picture that he did of a helicopter like setting down at an LZ in Vietnam. And you've got Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and Stalker there in their original army look from when they were in Vietnam before G.I. Joe existed, right? Um, those are still in my car. I haven't even brought them in the house. And those are beautiful. 11 by 17s. They're exquisite. And yeah, if I have signed Larry Hama stuff in my car, if that tells y'all, that's how busy I've been. I keep forgetting that it's there. I can't
not
do
me.
that
I
anymore
put my
because now
stuff
I've
straight
told
in the
everybody.
house. And as soon as I got home, I went straight in the house, flopped down in the corner, flopped down in the recliner, sat there, stared at it, and cried for a minute.
I believe it.
Yep. Held it close.
I'm super excited that we've got our G.I. Joe number 1s and 21s in the hands of the comic book chiropractor and getting ready to go off to CGC with those beautiful Larry Hama signatures. I'm excited about that. Can't wait. What's happening, Mike Wesolowski? Good to see you, sir.
What's up, Mike?
Welcome aboard. Trying to think what other things are coming up. There's a brand. This tells you how little marketing Marvel put into this. There's a brand new Wakanda cartoon on Disney Plus. Did you know about that?
No. I'd
From
heard something
everything
about
I'm hearing,
Wakanda.
it's pretty darn good. But yeah, nobody knows it's there. It's ridiculous. So what's going on with those people? Why don't they fix that?
One thing that I am looking forward to that for whatever reason, it does seem like it's got a little bit of an advertisement going because I've seen it in multiple places and now I'm seeing it here. The new Jason Todd series.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's from what I've seen, it looks like it might be pretty good. I definitely want to check it out.
I already signed you up for it.
Okay.
I know how you like the Red Hood.
And now we're getting this amnesic Punisher is back and bloodier than ever. Honestly, I wish they would have left Frank where Frank was at and just let us go with the Gravedigger of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a little while.
I think he'll be back. I don't think he's gone for good.
Honestly, if he comes back, I want Pepos writing him.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
Because I mean, he created that character. He knows how to write him. I think it's too soon for somebody else to write that character.
Yeah, I don't dispute that. Trying to think what else. We might just end up a little short tonight, guys, because I have not had a chance to read much. We already went through the stuff that Alan's read. And I'm literally weeks behind. For anybody who wasn't on earlier, when I showed you all the stack of books that I've got to read, I will just show you now so you can see the. Please, I said this earlier, and I hope I don't drop them because that'd be a lot of things to pick up.
I cannot think of his name, but did you read the Punisher series that was written by Pepos that was not Frank Castle? I think it was 4. I think it was 4 issues, John.
It was Garrison something, or wasn't that it? Something like that was his name. The character's name.
Garrison. but it was so good. And it was one of those that by the end of it, I mean, it left me wanting more about that character. And we did actually see him show up in
that Electra or the Daredevil woman without fear.
Yeah, Daredevil. We saw him show up for a couple of issues there, and it was really good. His style, Punisher, really complemented her style, Daredevil, very well.
Yes.
And then we haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you get a chance to pick that up, it's definitely worth the read. It was really good.
Oh, I get some other things we can talk about real quick. I picked up 2 small collections last week. And one of them had a pretty nice shape Incredible Hulk number 180, the real first appearance of Wolverine. And I got a guy who chiropracts comic books who thinks he might be able to get a pretty darn good grade back on that thing. So fingers crossed. The Incredible Hulk 180.
Oh.
So fingers crossed that that's the case. That would be awesome. What else we have in there? We had a first appearance of Deathlock. For anybody who's interested in Deathlock, had a bunch of early X-Men books pre 100. No big keys or anything in there, but early X-Men books pre 100. Some mid to late pre 100 Fantastic Four books. Just a solid collection of good stuff. Nothing, just incredible, but solid collection of good stuff.
This was August 6th.
But I don't collect that many variants. I've got 4 out of that stack. 4 are Mark Spears covers. 4 of them are. But outside of that, I think they're all just one and done covers. There might be 2 G.I. Joe covers for one of those books. And I think that's the extent of variants that are in there. But you're right. If you read a lot of Dynamite books, that could be 3 books or 1 book maybe. They go through a lot of covers at Dynamite. So yeah, it's fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't think Dynamite's made a cover they didn't like.
No.
How has Dynamite fared with all this Diamond situation?
Badly. Because Diamond owes them over $1 million. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, is stealing their the stock that they're holding on to and trying to liquidate it without paying them. Dynamite had to lay people off a few weeks back because they couldn't make payroll. So Dynamite's hurting. All the small press publishers are hurting. It's a really rough place to be. A couple of people are trying to start up little distributors for small press comics. I don't know if any of them are going to pan out. So far, the terms are not very good. They don't make it possible to be profitable as a retailer because to get a reasonable wholesale price, you have to order 10 copies of a book, and you can't order 10 copies of a book if you only have 1 subscriber, right?
Yeah.
You got to eat the cost for those 9 books, and it's just not a feasible model. You can't do it. You'll go under really fast. So yeah, that's really unfortunate, and it is impacting a lot of small press publishers really, really hard. So I hate that for those guys.
Well, you got even the guys that are smaller than them, like how does, say somebody like Zenoscope?
Yeah, Zenoscope was the last company standing at Diamond other than Dynamite. And I don't know that they have found a distribution home.
I mean, is it even feasible for, say, a company, let's say Xenoscope, AWA, those types of companies, is it even feasible for them to become their own distributor?
No. That's a best case scenario for them, right?
Yeah.
Because then they don't have a middleman that they have to pay. And but you have to think from a retailer perspective. I'm selling all these different books from all these different publishers. I have to be able to centralize my ordering, um, because I can't be ordering from 50 different publishers and getting 50 different invoices and having to pay 50 different people on different terms at different times. And then just the hunt and peck of going and finding each individual one. It's a time suck.
Yeah.
And it's super expensive. So we have to have centralized distribution. It's an absolute must, because anything else, it just makes it's an unsustainable model for ordering. Um, and it's rough. They should sue Diamond for. Yeah, it's kind of too late, man. They are suing Diamond, but Diamond is claiming it's all part of the bankruptcy and they get to keep whatever. And like, bankruptcy protection does not give you the legal right to hold on to merchandise product that is not yours. You didn't pay for it. You don't get to sell it and profit off of it. That's theft. That's a
Yeah.
different animal uh, from your bankruptcy. So they are suing, but that takes a lot of time and a lot of money. And when they already owe you over $1 million, I mean, you're kind of screwed. It's just a bad place to be. Xenoscope is over at Lunar. Okay, I hadn't seen that yet. But yeah, it's uh, it's a chaotic time. There is a new comic book publisher has sprung up. It's the guy who recently sold off Boom Studios. He's created a new publishing company called Ignition Press, and their first books ship in September, I think. And they are being published or distributed by Penguin Random House. So we'll see how that goes.
It was Ignition Press.
Yep.
I'm looking them up to see what they kind of looking like.
What you finding?
Well, here, I'll just share my screen and show y'all what I'm looking at with them.
There you go.
I mean, this has got to be it because I selected it's got creators
Yep,
and
that's them.
properties.
I recognize the logo pretty quick.
We probably won't click on this one right here.
What's really weird about that one is that's the one that they chose to send out 20 ash cans to stores.
Really? Did
Like,
you get one of the
that's
ash
the one
cans?
you pick. No, they haven't come out yet, but that's the ones they're sending. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I'm always going to go with the horror, so let's see what we got. That's kind of written by Cullen Bunn.
Ignition should come before Boom. You're right. That's how that works. Uh, it's not start your engines, or it's not boom and then start your engines. It goes the other way. You're 100% right. So what's the description of that? It's too small for me to read.
It says name of the book is called Deluge. Deluge. Says
Deluge, yeah.
says a hard rain is falling over Sevierville Correctional Prison for women as the river rises and its banks overflow. The same walls that are keeping the prisoners inside the fortress-like structure are failing to keep the water out. With that water comes something else, something deadly. What was once outside is now inside, and the prisoners and guards will have to find a way out because if the water doesn't get them, the monsters will. And it's written by Cullen Bunn.
All right, I'm intrigued. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, there you go, Achilles. Now that's a premise. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, I mean that definitely sounds interesting.
What's one of their other featured books?
Let's
I've
see.
heard that the Murder Podcast, people are saying really good things about that one.
So it looks like Murder Podcast is only going to be, did that say 8 issues or 5 issues?
All right, have a good one, sir. Come and see us up in
Yeah.
Haven.
It says Murder Podcast says a mysterious podcast has appeared in the feed on your phone. You don't remember subscribing to it. Well, that's just like everything on my phone. Do you press play anyway? What could be the harm? Plenty, as it turns out. Listeners of Dead Sounds are going on murderous rampages, and they do not stop until everyone around them is dead. It begs the question, who will be next? For Mina and her friends, true crime programs provide them with endless fodder for conversations. They love talking about their favorite series and poring over the clues to solve the killings. They can only hope that all of this listening has prepared them for when they find themselves wrapped in the deadly plot that could be fodder for a podcast all on its own. I'm going to pass on this one, and I'm going to tell you why, even though that is a really cool shirt. That to me sounds like a cross between Stephen King's Cellular,
And The Ring, or
The Ring, and then remember the church scene in uh crap, what was the name of that movie? Eggsy was the main character. They were all Secret Service.
the Knights. Gosh, what was the name of that?
They even did 2 movies.
Yeah.
But you know the church scene where he gets the cell phone signal comes out?
Yes. Yes.
That kind of reminds me, and if you've never seen Stephen King's Cellular, it literally all starts with a cell phone signal. So that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of been done before for me.
No, it wasn't Sister Act 2. God, it's going to drive me nuts. The Kingsman.
Yeah, Kingsman, that was it.
It was the second one of the Kingsman movies. What is Roots of Madness? I have to ask.
All right, says this is written by Stephanie Williams. Says at the turn of the 20th century, a young black woman named Etta Knight picks up the tradition of her late mother for creating special medicines using natural ingredients and secrets passed down from generation to generation. Her mother has passed on a book of recipes and formulas, but it's also full of strange symbols and dark musings that she doesn't quite understand. Within her community, one of the problems she hopes to fix is counteracting the poisonous and abrasive solutions women of color are sold for straightening her hair. So when the Meridian Fellowship reaches out and offers her a spot at their institute in Savannah, Georgia, to use their facilities to do research, Etta jumps at the chance. She packs up her mother's book and heads to the school, but what she finds is there's a secret society and a campus surrounded by natural wonders that may point the way to understanding the more mysterious parts of her mother's work if dark forces don't claim her first. And it says, inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker, this alternate history combines tradition with the supernatural for something truly modern and unique.
I think that solicit blurb is trying a little too hard, but the premise sounds pretty cool, and I'm going to give it a shot. Plus, I like the play on words with Roots of Madness.
Yep. Let's see what this no place is. I'm kind of
Is
hitting
that
the
like
link.
No Place Like Home? There's no place like home? Because that would be hilarious.
Mariposa Montel is having a cruel homecoming. Years after vanishing from her Chicago neighborhood, the teenage outcast has returned to a traumatized family in a media circus with nothing but a tiger-striped feather and an extraordinary tale of her time away as the champion of the magical jungle land of Mehulia. Back in reality, Mari is seen as a fraud, not a hero, and her story has made her an exile in her own life until a secret organization with its finger on the pulse of the so-called fictional worlds puts the fate of our own at her feet.
Alan, look at that comment.
Interesting.
And
Now,
it's funny, dude. You said New Mutants 97, but I automatically assumed New Mutants 98. Uh, so I never even crossed my mind because I knew immediately where you were going. So that's funny.
I wanted to see where she's actually from. I had to Google that.
Yeah, I'm with you there. A circus as linked to the Fey Realm plot is, not an unheard of plot device, and I like it. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite local writers wrote a book to that effect. Mr. Chris Reese.
All right, so apparently she was born in Delta, Louisiana. And I have no family down in that region. All
That
my
you know
family
of.
all my family is either from here or North Carolina. And trust me, my family in North Carolina, a lot of them, they refuse to leave the mountains.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So that is interesting. Yeah, Kay Lisa being a super sleuth.
She is a super sleuth. Never make her mad because she might be tempted to use her super sleuth powers for evil, and she might get you.
All
She
right,
might find that warrant for your arrest from 1997.
We are not clicking on the beauty or voyeur just because.
Yeah, good call.
Let's see what this Arcadia is.
Arcadia. Looks like something Michael Allred would love so far.
Says, in a future where humanity has vanished, a new form of life rises from the ruins. The Serents, artificial beings born from mysterious technological crystallicities known as super dragons. Each one carries a pearl, a biotechnological core that holds their consciousness, their memories, their soul. Halu, a Serent born late, emerging from a forgotten silo, he is rescued from destruction by Weedy, an eccentric scavenger obsessed with the remnants of the past and a search for meaning in their own existence. Soon after, Halu meets Fix, a practical, strong, and luminous young mechanic who awakens something deep within him. Together in a world of ruins and danger, they search for meaning, connection, and a reason to endure. I think I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah, I was like, it might be interesting, but it doesn't just wow me or get me excited about it.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I definitely want to check out the
Deluge.
The Deluge.
Fruits of Madness.
To me, I think it's going to be Deluge in No Place. I kind of want to check, and plus they're only 5-issue series. I'm not really that big on alternate history stuff, which is bizarre because I fell in love with Old Gods of Appalachia.
And as I recall, you really like Redcoat.
Yeah, I really like Red. But see, to me, Redcoat's that's not an alternate history thing. That's just a character running through time.
How do you figure with immortality and Benedict Arnold and George Washington? How do you figure that's not alternate history?
Because you can tell it's 100% fantasy, and it's not. It's just, to me, it's just using those characters. I don't know, like if it's going to be an alternate history, I want it to be so far out there that it just, I no longer see those things, like Johnny Appleseed, and they're fighting a giant worm. To me, that's hysterical.
I thought that was brilliant. I did love
I
that.
thought that was great.
That was a great. I wouldn't hurt my feelings if, like, every year or two they just had a thing where he and Johnny Appleseed hang out, and there's weird stuff happens. That would be a great, breathing room kind of a story to do every year.
And him like crossing paths with these people, like Annie Oakley, I enjoy that stuff. And when I'm going to go into reading something that is more occultish and things like that, I want it to be new and fresh.
I'm digging. What if George Washington was a transformer? Oh, that's funny.
No, it would be more of a what if George Washington was the leader of a magical occult that was trying to achieve immortality. Okay, really good one. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Thought it was brilliant. I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was great. The movie, it was so over the top dumb. It was great.
Fair enough.
But I mean, that's also just my bizarre taste. We could probably sign Nick up for Voyeur.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure he gets one of the ash cans.
I'm gonna tell you something off the air.
All right.
No.
There you go, Kelly. So that right there, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, if the Boston Tea Party was actually a ritual to summon Cthulhu, that would be awesome.
Yeah, actually, I would.
Or maybe a Leviathan coming up out of the harbor going, do you have any cream and sugar?
Pardon me.
Pardon me.
Do you have any Grey Poupon? Oh, that's funny. Well, you got anything else, or you want to wrap it up a little bit early this week?
We can wrap it up a little bit early this week.
All right.
I got comics I need to read anyway.
Well, I got a stack. Guys, thank y'all for joining us. Always good talking with you. Looking forward to catching you guys next time. Certainly looking for that. We have one last comment before we jump.
I have not seen the anime version of it. I did watch that little bit of a TV show that they were going to try to do, I believe, for Amazon Prime, and I thought it was great. But that was also 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, we used to have competition, but we ran them out of town. Did you see that last comment?
That's funny.
Well, actually, we need to get both y'all on here. We need to get you on here since you're reading all them X-Men comics.
X-Men and Mark Spears Monsters.
Yep.
All right. Well, good night, fellas. Y'all have a great night, and we will catch you next time. Looking forward to it.